Doing great, Samantha. Good. I know you are. You're killing it over there.
Okay, and then that's recording and that's good. And let's
Cool,
just
cool.
give a few minutes, let other people come in and join us and tell us about all the amazing things they're doing.
There you are.
All right, there we go. 21-day challenge. We were live for a minute earlier,
Mm,
and then we're not live. So let's delete that one. All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, um, yeah,
Okay, here
very
we
cool.
are.
Here
I
we
just
are.
wanted to close some screens off so that my computer will work properly. You can hear me okay and everything?
Yes. I can hear
Yes.
you wonderfully.
Yeah? Okay.
Wonderful.
Awesome. Well, good. Okay. Let me just see here. Okay, well, I think I'm just gonna dive right in today. And then, Jay, if you want to watch the waiting room, and watch the chat, and I'll keep an eye on chat as well. I have a presentation ready for you.
And what are we talking about today?
Okay, and so thank you for being here live. If you're catching the replay, then comment replay below this video and chime in when it's time. You'll know. I'm just going to do this.
Do you have your computer plugged into the internet, or are you still using Wi-Fi upstairs?
I am, oops, I don't have it plugged in.
You might
Nope.
want to plug it in.
Why is it, do I look like Quasimodo right now?
No, you're just glitchy.
Like, is it bad
Like
internet?
a little bit slow internet upstairs.
Okay, let's see if this helps. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, once you get that plugged in, you should switch over automatically, and then your internet should be a little bit better. And then you froze. You might have to stop and then rejoin. uh,
No, I'm just gonna unplug it.
oh, there you go. No, no, no. There you are. There you are. Oh, you unplugged it again. All
Is
right.
that better?
Yeah. Well, you're not frozen, so that's a thing.
Oh my gosh. I wish we were all just in a room together instead of this. Don't you?
We'll just
Am
get
I
all.
freezing up? Am
We'll
I
all get
still
VR
freezing
goggles,
up
and then
or
it'll be good.
is it better now?
That's better now. Yeah. Are you still plugged in or not?
I plugged it in,
All
yes.
right, there you go. I just had to switch over to the different internet. Yeah, you're way better now. My
Okay,
sign
well,
fell on the ground, but I really like how the lighting is over there now. Like it like fell off the doors. Anyways. uh,
okay.
okay.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to
Can you see
Wednesday.
my screen?
No. Yeah, I'm just joking. We can.
I don't know. Jason, I don't know how we do this together.
It's because I'm so lively and awesome.
Yeah. Am I freezing up or am I still good?
No, you're not. Just
Okay, awesome. Where it begins. Do you guys want me to sing or no? Okay, we're going to talk about sales today. We're going to talk about how to get more sales, what questions to ask during meetings, the follow-up system between booking a meeting with somebody to sending a proposal. I'm going to share with you an outline, like an actual template that you can take and use inside of your agency for sending proposals. I'm going to go through all the things. Jeffrey says, I've been reaching out to med spa owners about the loyalty and rewards program because I believe it would be so beneficial for their business. It is. However, the majority of them seem to be super happy with Square and don't even want to hear it. Can you detail the differences between the two programs? Yes, we'll get to that for sure. Most definitely. Okay, so we're going to chat first. I want everybody to just think about who they want to work with. I love, Jeffrey, that you're working with med spas. It's really important to then get to know more about that business, right? It's so much easier, honestly. This comes up all the time about niching down. I really do firmly believe, especially if you haven't been running a marketing agency for a long time, it's way easier to get to know one type of business, one type of business owner, what types of things inside of our systems using high level are better for those specific types of businesses. Today, I'm going to touch on restaurants, bakeries, pubs, fitness, service-based businesses, and a little bit around coaches as well. So yeah, fitness and beauty for you, that's perfect. There's a lot about that that's the same. I know that from experience, so I can share a lot about that as well. Yeah, Square, we don't want them to switch. I think that's the first thing that we want to remember. We don't necessarily want them to switch completely to a different software. Square is great for booking. It's great for them to collect payments. It's great for their reporting.
They
We
also,
can't provide that inside of
and the
high
thing is,
level.
what Jeffrey's saying too is that they do have a loyalty, like a loyalty program in Square.
Yes, they do, for sure. For sure.
Um,
But we want to learn what capabilities that has versus what we can offer, right? There's got to be something that Square does that we can do better, or that it doesn't do that we can do. There is, for sure. So we can dive deeper into that. We could do another call specifically around Square if you guys are interested in that. And then I can actually put together a ton of information around that. We've got clients that are using Square that are using our system as well. It's amazing because you can integrate with Square really easily with high level. But yeah, there's so much inside of Square that you can do that we can't do with high level. And there's so much as far as loyalty and rewards goes. I feel like the referral system is something in the fitness industry and in the beauty industry that nobody else can touch. The system that Jason's built and that we're continuing to build on, that's going to be huge.
and
So
one of the
just,
things I want to talk about too, though, about that, and while you're just touching on it, though, is
mhm,
I want to start thinking about this more as like a marketing system,
yeah,
as a marketing system for these industries rather than just a loyalty and reward system. I know it's labeled as loyalty and rewards to start, and that's where the system is built off of. But I think as we go, we will have this remarketing, retargeting system that we can use with these businesses that's going to allow them to reach out to those customers more often. So they have Square, they have a loyalty thing, they're doing points, right? But what they're not doing is they're not probably not sending SMS messages out weekly to those customers with coupons, gifts, events, stuff like that, using the promotion system, right?
yeah, yeah.
That's one of the, so they might have the loyalty points system locked out, which is fine. They're using Square. That's a great system. It integrates with their payments, their processing, all that kind of stuff. Um, it's hard to get somebody to switch from that. But what we do have is that promotions VIP system where we can get people on there and then send out a weekly message. And it could be anything from like, we have a new stylist, we have this retails on sale, you know, we have these openings this week, anything like that.
Yeah,
We're
I'm
putting
gonna
on this
get to
event, we're
that.
doing this hair show, we're doing anything like that.
Yeah,
There's lots of different
I'm
things.
gonna get to all of that today. But just I think that that actually is a really good point. I think that where it begins, another thing to think about is what are you going to call your business? What are you going to call your system? This is a full marketing system for service-based businesses or the type of business that wants repeat customers. So what can you call it? Maybe where it's different from just loyalty and rewards. You know, like what is the one thing that you really want to talk about all day long? And what can you call that as it relates to your business? Does that make sense? I'd love to hear in the comments too. You know, I posted in the group earlier this morning, it was like blue collar marketing, right? So that's for like blue collar construction type businesses marketing. They consider themselves blue collar. So that's where they're setting themselves apart and they're talking to one specific person. But yeah, there's definitely ways that we could probably build out actually, Jason, if you wanted to start a list, but I think maybe some kind of a comparison landing page where it shows Fresha is a booking system, Gloss Genius is a booking system, Square is a booking system, Mindbody, whatever, all these different ones and what they offer, and then what we offer using power tools, right? And then what you can white label, what you can use in what your program is called in your agency, what your software is called, what your system is called, right? Because there's definitely holes in those systems. The number one question we want to ask, actually, we're going to get to that. I've got that inside of this presentation. So I
Okay.
love that question though. Keep the questions coming, keep the feedback coming. I hate speaking to a computer screen. So the more feedback and engagement that we can get here, the better this call will be for sure. So just where it begins. Who are we talking to? Who's your person? Are you going to talk to cafes? Are you going to talk to bakeries? Are you going to talk to fitness studios, med spas? Because as we go through this presentation, hopefully you can come up with really good questions and really good ways to lead in. And then obviously a really good way to pitch them what you want to offer and then close them really quickly, right? That's the goal. So that we can set this up quickly, we can onboard quickly, we can make sure everybody stays on your program, stays sticky, stays happy, and sees amazing results. That's our goal here, is to see you guys grow. So the initial outreach, you know, these are different ways that we can do outreach, social media, looking inside of groups, obviously messenger outreach. You guys could be running ads. We haven't talked about that during this challenge. Samantha, you're on this call. I want to give you a huge shout out. I've followed a lot of your organic social media, and you're doing an amazing job. Just maybe sometimes we're not getting the reach that we want, right? So we could run ads as initial outreach. Picking up the phone, my phone just started ringing right when I was about to say, pick up the phone and make a phone call. Pick up the phone and make a phone call. Email, stopping into places. So this is a link to a spreadsheet that we shared the first week of this challenge. Okay, and this is where you can track all of that. The day, how many calls you made, how many emails you sent, have you attended any networks, or events, start looking for local events in your area, messages sent on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever you want. This is where you can track all of your leads. This is where I like to do research, like I'll sit down and do research. Facebook groups, list of groups you can post in, or just go and engage in. This tab right here has a lot of different trainings and videos going through, you know, how to find people on Facebook, how to find groups on Facebook, different notes around that. What else do I have? I don't remember. I feel like Jason's got a link to a pitch deck in here. There's tons of stuff. So I will send out this presentation, the slides, and then the links will all be here. I know people have been asking about that. Okay, so that is our initial outreach. I've been working on something really great specifically for restaurants. I can see that you've got lots of events going on. I can see that, you know, you've got this or that, like whatever it is related to that one specific business. And we're working on something really exciting over here that is great for you in order to get your clients or customers coming back more often, increase your retail sales, decrease no-shows or cancellations, increase your referrals, get new customers in during slow times, insert whatever pain point here. Ask a question about that initially. Hey, I can see that you've got an event coming up. How are things going? Like, is it gonna, will it be sold out? Hey, how long, you know, if we're talking home services, let's say, for example, I'm thinking about booking a yard cleanup. How far in advance do I need to book? You know, ask a question that a customer would ask. That is the best way for you to get a response, okay? Then the next step is, I've been working on something really great. I'm here locally in your area. I've got a marketing agency, and I work with your type of business in order to blank, achieve this, decrease this, whatever that is. And I would absolutely love your feedback. Do you have any time next week at all? You know, I know right now is probably busy. If you're calling them on the phone, you can't expect to like all of a sudden be in a sales meeting with this person. You've caught them off guard. You don't want them to get their guard up. We want to keep everything chill and cool and nice. Just, I would really, really appreciate your feedback as I grow my business. You're somebody, you know, who's doing really well, like a successful restaurant, successful med spa, whatever it may be. And I would just love to chat. Can I take you for a coffee and show you? That's that, zero pressure. I know you must get tons of people trying to pitch you marketing services. I promise this is zero pressure, zero sleazy, slimy sales pitch. I'm just really looking for feedback from a successful blank owner like you so that I can learn more about your business and see if there's something that you would maybe even possibly be interested in. Set the date. You know, like, okay, perfect. Monday at 11 a.m. That's perfect. I'm going to send you a calendar invite right now. What is the best way to get a hold of you? They'll give you their email address or their phone number, whatever that may be. Get it and send them an invite, like a calendar invite right then and there while you're on the call, and say, perfect, I just sent the invite. Can you just quickly check and make sure that you received it and accept it? So that I know it's in your calendar. I know things get super busy. And so if it's not in the calendar, it's not going to happen, right? So then you want to ask them, you know, what is the best contact information so that I can send you a reminder the day before? Like, is it text message? Is it email? Is it both? Just so that I can remind you about our appointment. I know things come up and things get busy, and I don't want to waste anybody's time. We always want to be really mindful of time, right? Set the expectation. I'm gonna bring my tablet or my laptop down with me to show you a few things. Don't worry, I promise won't be super techy or boring or complicated, or like I said, a major sales pitch. Just wondering if that'll be okay with you. If the call is going to be on Zoom, then make sure that they will be in front of a computer for the call. I can't tell you how many times over the years where, you've got this meeting, you've got everything ready, and then they're on a phone on Zoom. It's just not the same. They don't have your full attention either when it is that way. So we want to make sure like you're going to have their undivided attention during that time. Tell them how much time you're going to be taking and stick to that. And tell them that you appreciate their time. You know how busy they are. So you just want to let them know, what they can expect, basically. And then, get them excited about it, right? It's going to be exciting. Remind them. So you guys, this seems really, really simple, but a lot of people don't do it. Reach out the day before, make sure that they're still available for the meeting. You can call them and just say, hey, Jack, just thought it's Chandel here. Hope you're having an awesome day. This is where you can build a little bit more rapport. Like, oh my God, spring break, kids are home, everybody's screaming, trying to get everybody to the beach, whatever I'm doing. Just wanted to quickly touch base with you and say, I'm really excited about the opportunity you're giving me to chat with you tomorrow, making sure that you're going to be all set up on a computer, or, we're going to meet at this place at this time. If it's a coffee shop that you really love, maybe you want to tell them where it is, tell them about parking. Just a quick check-in goes a really long way. This is also where they may be like, oh shit, you know what? Something came up and I can't make that meeting. They're going to be way more invested in trying to rebook another time that works if you take this extra couple minutes and reach out. Okay? So remind them, tell them again, tell them what you told them. So this is where we need to do our prep. I'm going to talk about prep. You don't do this the day before. Maybe I should have said, prep is something we start doing the minute we've got anybody on our mind that we want to reach out to, really specifically, but especially once you've got a meeting booked. Okay. So I'm going to talk about research is in a few different categories. And then I'm going to relate that back to questions that you can ask once you've done the research in these different categories. How does that sound? Jason, anything you want to add so far?
What was I thinking? Yeah, no, I think that's good. What what was I thinking? I was thinking something. That's for sure. That's possible.
Okay.
I think it's important to remember with this is that a sales process with a busy business owner can take days to weeks, right? Just to lock them down, get them to have a conversation with you. They might have to talk to their partners or something like that. And it's not always like a 2-day process.
No.
Sometimes it is. Sometimes you find somebody and they're like, you go, you set a meeting with them, you talk with them, and they're like, yeah, absolutely. I'd love to get started. This sounds awesome. Send me an invoice and let's roll.
Yeah, we're gonna
That
get to
happens
all
sometimes.
we're gonna go through all of that. I just meant like as far as the initial reach out, is there anything that you feel like I missed?
I think just keeping it simple too. I think you put a lot of emphasis on this isn't a pitch, but the truth is, I mean, we're going in there to sell them on something, right?
Also, I sorry, but I disagree. In the beginning, a lot of times it's important to just learn about this business. It is a lot of times it's important to just learn, unless you've been providing these services for that type of business for a long time. It's ultra important to just get feedback and learn what they say, what they think, what they do, what they're frustrated by in their business.
Oh yeah, I think
No?
that's part of your initial chat with them.
Yeah,
But also at the end of that chat, once you've learned that, there's a pitch.
right.
Like
So that's where we're going.
here's what we're selling, right?
Okay. Okay. So maybe I should have shared this with you before we jumped on. Okay.
No, it's
So,
good though. It's good though.
okay,
I'm
cool.
just saying. Yeah.
Okay. So number one, social media is one of the best places to go and check out, what a business is up to, what they've got going on. And it's a really quick way to learn if they're spending money on marketing, you know, how much time they're spending on their marketing, things like that. Okay. So yes, I'll send these slides out for you. So number one, go check out their social media. Do they have Facebook and Instagram? Are they active on there? How often are they posting? Do they have any events coming up? Do they run like, share, comment, post type campaigns? So hopefully you guys know what that means when somebody's like, comment below, tag a friend, like our page, and then enter to win my firstborn, whatever. Do they have engagement on their posts? Are there people commenting and liking their posts on Instagram and on Facebook? Take a look at that. Are they running any ads? And do they have any offers going? Are they throwing down last minute sales? You can usually tell that by looking at somebody's social media profiles, okay? Research their website. So go and look at their website. How much do they have a team? Is it just a one-man show, or do they have a team of people? If we're talking about home services, do they have like 5 trucks and a ton of staff that they're, you know, that they want to keep booked? Or is it just like a one small shop, whatever? If it's a salon or a spa or a med spa, how many service providers are we dealing with? How many different types of services are we dealing with? Are they high end? Are they low end? If they've got online booking, take a look and as a customer and see what that process is like. Is there anything broken? Take a look and see if I wanted to book an appointment with this business tomorrow or this afternoon, could I get in? Or are they booked months in advance? If they're booked months in advance, then that's going to be a different conversation than it will be with somebody who I could get in with in an hour if I wanted to. Okay. Do they sell retail? Are they selling retail online? Again, if they're not, then that's going to be a different type of a conversation than one that's got an entire e-com store set up, right? Do they have any offers or funnels, like lead generation type tools set up? Do they have a chat widget on their website? Do they already have a loyalty program that they're promoting on their website, and what are they offering? Do they have a subscribe to our newsletter option? Is there a pop-up, or is it just hidden at the bottom of their website? These are notes that you want to take as you go through their website. How is the website on mobile? Do they have a contact form? If they do, fill it out and see, is there, you know, a thank you, we'll get back to you in the next 3 to 7 business days. Check and see what the follow-up system is like. You're allowed to say, you know, in the comments of that form, I'm just doing a little bit of research to get so that I can prepare for our meeting. You can say that. They can know that you're on there creeping them. But it'll be interesting for you to see if somebody picks up the phone and calls you right away, if there's an email that comes back right away, you know, and all of those little things. Make notes, okay? Check out their Google presence. Do they have a Google My Business account? Is all the info on there correct? I can tell you like 9 times out of 10, there's a link to their website that doesn't work. Their address is wrong. Their phone number doesn't work. Is there a call now button? Is there a live chat button? How often are they posting to their Google My Business account? Do they have Google reviews? Are they high or low compared to their competitors? Where are they ranking on Google My Business when you search hair salon Virginia, or, you know, landscaping company Kelowna, or, you know, a pub in this neighborhood? Where are they ranking? Make a note of that. When was the most recent Google review? And how frequent are they? You know, is there one 2 months ago and then another one 4 months ago? Are they consistently getting Google reviews every week? Again, this is going to change your conversation when you go to sit down with this person. And there's nothing more embarrassing than sitting down with a business owner and being like, how are you doing for Google reviews? You know, and they're like, oh, well, we get like 10 reviews a day. Oh, well, shit, like how? Right? That's a different conversation than somebody who's not getting them at all, or who maybe has a bunch of negative reviews and is struggling with that, right? And are they responding back to Google reviews? I put this here. I feel like maybe it's in a weird spot though. Another part of prepare after you've done this research, if you feel like it, would be to create a quick demo with maybe an event that they've got that they're promoting. You can pull their information off of social media really easily. Maybe you can prepare them a land, like the promotions page, the promotions manager that we have. If their website doesn't have any of that updated information, so you can see on social media they're promoting whatever the offer is, but maybe it's nowhere on their website. You could show them, I quickly made this for you, and it can be done on mobile, and it's super easy and it's super quick. I just thought I would show you, you know, this. So you could prepare some of this for them if you feel like you want to. So now we're going to get to questions that you can ask based on the research that you've done. So let's talk about Google for a second. If you noticed a link that doesn't work or there's incorrect info, we definitely want to bring that up, but we don't want to bring that up right away. People don't like being told that they're doing something wrong, right? But it is something that you've got in your back pocket that you can definitely chat about. If they're running ads on Google, you can ask them just simply, I've noticed that you're running some ads on Google. How's that going? Are you generating a lot of business from that? This is where we're just collecting information and we're just letting them talk. The more questions you can ask and the more you can just let them talk without being like, oh, well, I can do that for you, or we can do that better for you, or we can fix that. Just let them talk. If there's a call now option or a live chat button on their Google My Business account, how much do they get from that? How many people actually click on that and call them? How many people, you know, click on the live chat button and ask them questions? This is great feedback. This is where they may say, we get tons of messages. It's getting really hard to keep up on that. That's a good lead in, you know, to our system, the conversations tab, AI, all of that stuff, right? Automated responses that we can create. Missed call text back, same thing. So people are calling lots. Who answers the phone, right? How's that going for you? If they don't have these things set up, ask if they've just thought about it. Did you know that that was a thing? Did you know that actually Google these days doesn't even really want your customer to click through to your website? Google doesn't want their customers leaving their platform. So that's why they're doing these things. That's why they're offering these tools so that people don't even have to click through anymore to your website, right? Ask how often they're posting on Google My Business. Did you know that Google My Business is basically another social media platform? So you can post like pictures or before and after pictures or specials or, you know, testimonial videos, things like that on there, and it will help you rank higher on Google. Did you know that? That's kind of like what SEO is these days. Most small businesses these days, they know about SEO. So it's a good way to open up that conversation. And what do you currently do to get reviews on Google? So this is where we've done our research. They're getting tons of reviews on Google. So you must have some type of a follow-up system. That's amazing. You're getting lots of really great Googles on review. You know, what is that process like in your business? I just would like to know. If they're not, you know, then it's like, I get it. That's hard. It's hard to remember to ask for reviews on Google. Maybe if you're interested, I could show you the system that we've built because it does that automatically. Questions to ask regarding social after you've done your research. So how often are they posting? If they're posting lots, but you see there's not much engagement, then that's something that we want to ask them about. Like, that's frustrating as hell to spend that kind of time on social media without getting a whole lot back in return, right? If they're not posting, how come? Do they just not feel like social media is important? Do they feel like they don't need social media? Or maybe they just don't know what they should be posting. So then, how, do you get much business from social media? How do you know that? Like, how do you track that, right? Have you ever found that they post a special or something going on, but then their audience sees it 5 days later versus right away? So like restaurants posting their drink specials for today, it's Wednesday, but their customers don't see it till the weekend. It sucks. Like, nothing's in real time anymore. We can talk about that, how the algorithm has changed on social media. It used to be so great for that. How are they finding that now? Okay, it's just another great question that you can ask. And that's a great lead in to SMS and on-demand marketing. Do they run like share campaigns? If they are, then what have results been like? Like, yeah, they get big followers, their follower count goes up, but have they noticed a really big increase in sales from it? Are they running ads? You can tell if they're running ads or not. I put a video inside of this doc showing you how you can go and check a page to see if they're running ads or not. If they are, then check and see where those ads are going. Are they going are they lead ads? Can you tell they've got a good lead generation system set up? Or are they just boosting ads that are going to Messenger with no follow-up? How many new customers do they get from ads versus just reaches and likes? That's a lot of businesses are running ads, but they're just boosting posts and they're not actual campaigns. So, if you know ahead of time the difference, you can ask them about that. How's that going for you? Questions to ask around their website, right? So you have a pretty large team. Are they all busy full time? That's a big pain point for any service-based business. If they've got a team, they need to pay them. And if they're not fully booked all the time, then they're losing money. I can see that you host lots of events. Do they sell out? How do you promote them? I see them on social media, but I don't see them on your website. This one is so key. Any business who's had a website built knows how hard it is to get quick updates added to their website. Most of them do not like spending their time doing that themselves. So, so that's another really good lead in to our promotions manager tool where they can on the fly add events. They can add promotions without messing around with their website, right? I see that you take bookings online. How do you like your booking system? How is it working for you? You might have even taken it one step further and click on book, and it'll take you to their booking system and you'll see what it is. I can see that you use Square to take your bookings online. How do you like that system? What do you love about it, right? Does it remind people of their appointments? Does it follow up after for reviews? Are you giving loyalty and rewards points for anything? Does it have a referral system attached to it? Like, these are all questions that we want to ask. And this is where you're going to get a ton of feedback from somebody really easily because you're just there asking questions and just want to know more about your business and like what's working and what's not, right? How much website traffic do you have? And how many people actually contact you through your website? I remember when I first started working with Jason and I learned how to check Google Analytics. And I remember being like, I can see there's somebody on our website right now. I wish I could just reach out and say, hey, like, who are you? What are you looking at? What are you interested in? Like, I remember wondering, like, how can we do that? And you guys, now we can through things like a chat widget. So how many people are coming to your website and how many are leaving without doing anything is the most frustrating thing for a business owner, right? If they do have a loyalty program, how is that? Like, what are they giving for points? What are they doing with it? If no, like, how come? Have you ever thought about implementing one? If they've got to subscribe to our newsletter option, ask them, how many people subscribe every day? How many people come to your website every day? And how many people subscribe every day? That's a pain point. Yes, maybe they've got Square. Yes, maybe they've got whatever, but are they actively growing that list? And then how often are they reaching out? And what do they see from it? So, like, emails go into the junk folder. So that is a really good lead in, again, to our on-demand build a list. We'll send SMSs. We'll help you plan your promotions. Yeah, so many people have a list, but when you ask them how often they actually reach out, they're like, I have no idea what to say. No idea what to say. We don't send newsletters. That's crazy. How's their website on mobile? If it's shit, then you need to touch on that for sure. When was the last time they updated their website? Most of them, they don't. They set it and they forget it. And the thing is, that's why I love what Jason built, that promotions manager. I'm not here to like plug our systems today, but it's true. Being able to look on mobile really quickly, add a few things and send a message out showing people what you have going on is so huge. If they got forms on their website, then how many people fill out that contact form per day? And then what is their follow-up like? Most likely it's dead traffic. So when I say that, what I mean is the majority of these businesses, if you fill out a form, it can take up to a week to hear back from them. And you can explain to them, like, do you find somebody fills out a form and then you try and get back in touch with them and they completely ghost you? That's a huge pain point. And here's the reason why. That person's on Google looking for a solution to a problem. They found you and they didn't know how to get in touch with you. So they filled out that form. But people want instant gratification these days. That's why chat widget is so important. And that's why a really quick response is so important. Missed call, text back, etc. They will continue working down the line on Google until they find somebody else who gets back to them right away. Other questions to ask would be, who answers the phone there? How many calls per day are missed, right? How many calls do you get per day? Guaranteed 10% of those are missed. I don't care if you pay a receptionist or not. Do they get text messages back? Like, does the business get text messages? I know as a salon owner, we got tons of text messages. I need to cancel my appointment. I need to reschedule my appointment. When is my appointment, right? Is text a really big thing in their business? What if we could pull that all into one spot? What would that be like? Then all of your messages from social media, all of your messages from lead forms, from your chat widget, from Google, if they're doing all of those things, are now pulled into one spot, right? That again, a salon or a med spa that's using Square, they still don't have that. They're still digging through all these other places to get their messages. And they're most likely sitting up at midnight going, shit, I totally forgot to get back to Sally to reschedule their appointment. I totally forgot to ask for a review. Or I totally forgot to insert here, right? Other questions that are really important to ask before you can give somebody a proposal. Like, we need to know where they're at in their business and what they actually want, right? How often do their customers come back? And how often do they book more services, right? How often, if it's a hair salon, on average, how often do your customers come back? A salon that is or barbershop is going to have a way different answer than a high-end salon that specializes in hair color, right? How often do your customers buy retail when they come in? How often do they pop in to buy retail? That's another really big one when we're talking about loyalty and rewards for that type of an industry. How many hours a week are their staff busy versus not busy? That's like a big dollar sign in a business, right? What do they love about the tech that they are currently using in their business? What do they love? And, another really good question could be, do you remember when you first started using it, how weird it felt? When you remember when you first started doing online booking, how weird and crazy that felt, because we want to, again, build a relationship with this person and remember that it's not that simple for everybody else. We love this tech. We love this software. Not everybody else does. They don't wake up in the morning thinking, I can't wait to add more technology to my business, So build up that, a little bit of relationship there, and then ask them if you could wave a magic wand, in your business, what is one thing when it comes to software or tech or AI that we all know is coming that you would implement in your business if you knew it would be as simple as waving a magic wand? What would that one thing be? How much money comes from word of mouth or referrals in their business is another really good question that you could ask, because most people really do truly feel like word of mouth is still the best way to build a business. And so I always like to tell our clients, during all the time, but especially during this phase of our sales process, we're basically just offering you an online word of mouth system, right? Referrals are huge for any service-based, fitness-based, beauty-based, whatever business. So we have just taken a way to bring that online and make it so that people follow through when they are referred, right? So then, hey, would you be open to seeing what I've been working on and what we could possibly do together? Because you said blank, I think this would be really great for you. And so then this is where if you've got something ready, then you can show them. We've got the restaurant demo ready. You can show them. Look, if you miss a phone call, they're going to get a text message back with all these different options for them to go through. They can book a table, they can order, they can FAQ, whatever that may be, right, for their business. Look, if you have a customer in, they can scan this QR code and they can get on your list and then they can get back to you, right? Or you can get back to them really quickly. And then you're going to show them that, but then you're also going to say, would you be open, to a second call, in a week or whatever, where I can come up with a package specifically for you based on some of these things that we talked about today. Okay. That's that. They're either going to take a look and then say, cool, yeah, definitely send me more information. Their time's up and they're on to the next thing, right? Book another appointment, go through the same process that I went over at the beginning of this call. Follow up on the same day after you leave, a couple hours later, reach out and just say thank you. Their time is super precious, and you took some of it from them, right? Their feedback, all the information they shared with you was probably very vulnerable. And they shared that with you, whatever it may have been. Remind them what you covered, pick one or two things to touch on that you're excited to show them during your next meeting, and just keep them super excited. Because you said is my favorite thing, this is where you're going to put together a package based on the needs of this business specifically. Always make them feel special. Like we put this together for you based on what your goals are, based on what you said. and focus on what they've asked you about, or like what their biggest wish was, right? This is where you need to make sure that you listen during your visit with them, your initial chat with them. Bring a notepad, have notes, take tons and tons of notes, and write down word for word things that they say to you. So this is a proposal template that we use inside of our agency. Should I run through it right now? I could. Let's see here. So again, it's linked inside of the slides here, and I'll share the slides right after this call. We'll send the replay out the slides. So all you're going to want to do is obviously make yourself a copy and put your logo and your whatever, put your own stamp on it. This is where we put their company name, their website, their email address, their name. Repeat the stuff that they want to achieve, that you learn from your phone call or your meeting with them, their frustrations when it comes to growth, their goals, their hopes, and their dreams. Hey, Anthony. Yep, I'll send the replay out for you. Okay, so this is what we do. We fill this out, and then we create a Loom or a Zoom or whatever, going over the system. Like, so this is where we will share inside of high level, where we will run through and show them through this whole package and proposal. Okay. We always add, who we are, our history, our future. People really seem to resonate with this. Some people will just skim right through it, but some people don't. So obviously you're going to have to go and fill in the blanks and make it your own, but it's a really good thing to start with here. Our team, our AIM method, take it and use it if you want. We don't care, right, Jason? Yep, thumbs up from Jay. What we offer, social media advertising, Google AdWords, Google My Business, monthly reviews and referrals. We white label our high level agency as Fresh Leads Pro. So this is our logo for Fresh Leads Pro, our process, and then we get into budget. This is where a lot of times I will take this template, I'll duplicate it, and then I'll create a package specifically for that person with what we recommend. Okay, and then that's where I will do a video going over high level, showing them inside a high level what that looks like, what the reviews and referral system looks like, what missed call text back looks like, what the conversations tool looks like, what a funnel could look like, what the promotions manager looks like, all of that, right? Then we do what we recommend, what their total monthly would be, what their total setup would be. I include ad spend here for running ads. And then lots of times what I will do is I will add up the total monthly reoccurring. Okay, so in this proposal came out to $2,800 a month plus ad spend. I'll knock it down and say, if you're ready to sign up this week, because I want to work with more local businesses, if you're ready to sign up this week, I'll mark it down to whatever, okay? And then we've got all of our different various packages inside of here. This is like a whole outline here. Fresh Leads Pro is high level. So we charge $9.97 for a setup, not including like the loyalty and rewards. And then $197 a month is our base package for that. That's how we list that out. There's that.
And I think it's important to take, if you're going to use something like that, you can simplify it to it. You don't have to have all the packages and all that kind of stuff in there. Lots of times I'll remove like 90% of that and really just have the information about us, depending on the client as well. And then go into scope of work. Here are the things that we're going to do for you. Here's the timeline we're going to do it in, and then here's what
Yeah.
it's going to cost you. And then
Yeah.
you don't have to do the a la carte stuff like that. It depends on which client you're doing. And we have a number of different kind of niches that we'll drop this into. So it depends on who you're talking to. So you can simplify
Yeah.
it a lot as well.
Yeah. So definitely like keep this as a copy and then take it and adjust it every time. But it's just a really good way to start. Because you
Yeah.
go back and you're like, hey, now I have to write a whole new proposal, right?
Right, and that's what we typically do. So I do like breaking things up into a phase one, phase two, whether it's onboarding and setup and then the implementation, or whether it's like, here's what we're going to do in phase one, which is maybe this month. Phase two is next month. Phase three is the month after. You can break that up into those different things too. And then if you're doing a retainer for it, whether it's, $2,000, $3,000 a month whatever, depending on who the client is, right? Then you have that outline and they can know what they can expect.
Yeah. We really don't have pricing in here around loyalty and rewards. We could probably work on something like that
Yeah, I
this
feel
week
like this
here
is a
too.
little bit of an older proposal, but it's a really good example
Yeah.
of what we used in the past that it has worked well. And then what we always do with this is we send this over, but then we say, hey, let's schedule a meeting and go over it.
Yeah.
So it's not we're just dropping it off and then call back, a week later and be like, what did you think? It's more like here, dropping this here it is, and then let's schedule a meeting and we'll go over this kind of thing. I mean, you could even just say, hey, I've got your proposal ready, let's schedule a meeting and we can go over it. You could do it that
Yeah.
way as well.
That's a great way to do it for sure. And then I still do a video just running through it and showing them so that if they need to go back and share it with a partner, go back and look at it again, then it makes more sense. Some people reading words, I just all a bunch of like words and numbers, right?
Mhm.
So then that's like I said, then we send it out with a link to a different video, quick video that you have made going through the whole thing. But yeah, definitely get on another call and present this to them in real life, in person, on Zoom or whatever. Just because they're going to have questions, right? And if you're not there to answer them, they'll feel overwhelmed and they'll carry on with life. Remember, marketing is a pain in the ass to most businesses. They have been burnt and will put this off. This is like something that they're not like dying to implement, right? And so that's why it's important to like build that relationship and then have a conversation with them. So keep it quick and exciting. Remember, so what? Like I recommend this. Let me just go through here. Like we've got Google My Business here. I really recommend that you take a look at this package, so that you can increase your website traffic and rank higher on Google and, get more reviews, whatever, right? So that, remember, they'll always ask, like, so what? So that, right? I like to offer a deal of some sort for fast action takers. This is just so that they won't let it sit for weeks. And then it's that excitement is gone, right? Be ready for objections and questions. Jay, I thought maybe we could chat a little bit about that. Possibly like objections that come up, questions that come up a lot, and how we address those. If you wanted to maybe think about that for a second, that might be helpful. And in the meantime, in the chat, let me know if you guys have any questions or comments too. Any thoughts? I think it's important to remember, like, what is one customer worth? What is one new customer worth that didn't slip through the cracks, right?
Yeah.
So what if, missed call text back? How many calls do you think that is? Well, so what are they offering in their business and what is that financially worth? And then what are those referrals worth from that one customer that they've missed that's now slipped through the cracks?
So I think it's really interesting as like, so if you're talking about, and I don't know what the stats are specifically for a hair salon, but for a restaurant, the lifetime value of a customer on average is about 6,700 dollars. So for every customer that they have that they can keep around, that customer is worth $6,700 to their business on average. Some clearly are worth more, some are worth less, depending on who the customer is, but it's a really interesting stat. And that's from, I forget exactly where that's from, but I can find the details from it, but I've read it a bunch, and I can find the details exactly where that research was from. But it's really interesting, especially for restaurant clients, where we're talking about them getting and retaining customers. Now, for hair salons, like when we're talking about, okay, I already have a reward system, right? We're using Square. So what they're typically doing is they're giving points away for those customers who purchase things. And the Square referral system is really basic. I've worked with a number of businesses who use that Square loyalty system, where you get points for making purchases. That's great. You make a purchase, send you a text message. You can then go in and redeem those points, if you remember, when you go back to that business, so that you can earn something from that. And it ties in directly with their online store if they're using it, because Square has online store. It has like their POS system and everything right there. One of the things I think is really neat about what we've built, even if you're not using the loyalty side of it, um, they're not doing referrals. They're not doing referrals with Square, and generally they're not getting points for referring their friends, family, anything like that. They're not getting points for sharing out on social media. They're not getting points for doing pretty much anything that you want them to do inside of high level. But on top of that, they're not using the system generally to reach out to current customers, past customers, anything like that, to tell them about sales or events or anything that they have going on. So turning the conversation more towards a marketing system for their salon or barbershop or whatever is also another great way to take it. Okay, you have a loyalty system, that's cool. Are you guys using it? Yes or no? What makes it different working with them versus working with you? I mean, one of the things that I hear a lot is like, hey, you know what? You get access to us. We're experts in this field. And by us, I mean you. As the person going out and working with that business, talking to them about it, you're going to access to me. I'm going to help you like increase sales. I'm going to help you get more customers, and I'm going to help you get referrals, using the systems and tools that we built. All there, I can bring all your communications under one roof. That's just another benefit to it, because it doesn't have to just be the loyalty and reward system. We have that promotion system. We want people to sign up as VIPs, and then we can give different rewards to them, different promotions and stuff like that. It doesn't even have to, and again, it doesn't have to be promotions. It can be tied in directly to, hey, here's what we have going on. Here's a way for you to stay in touch with every single one of your customers really simply throughout the month. And then it can also be like, hey, we have a sale on retail this week, so you can send out a message to those customers as well, because there's certain times of the year where hair salons, barbershops, all those businesses, they want to get more customers in because it is slower. January, definitely slower in a hair salon, right? Christmas is bumping, but they also want to sell gift cards. So getting a way out for them to sell gift cards, get that out there, and have people purchase online. You can set that up in high level really easily for people to be able to purchase those kind of things. So there's a number of different things and promotions. And I bet you if you talk with Chandel really nicely, she would put together a whole list of promotions that hair salons could use throughout the year. Are you
Yes.
frozen? Are you still there?
I
So a bunch of
do.
there's a
I've
bunch of
got
different
like
things.
lists and lists and lists, like from Stylist Nation, of
Absolutely,
all the
yeah. I know you
things,
have that
right?
all put together, right? So, um, a bunch of different a bunch of different things. And now, so they might not be ready to move over to like a different loyalty system, depending on what POS they're using. And that's fine, but there are other things that we offer in there as well, which is the retail system or like the promotion system. And you have other stuff inside of high level as well. So we're going to build some more of that stuff into the salon snapshot here for you guys, so you guys will be able to get access to some of those things. But in the meantime, there are the promotions that we can run, and Shannon can talk about on another call, or she can just put it together and we can put it inside the training for the salon snapshot as well.
Are you guys going to touch on using this with contractors, home service pros? Yes,
Yes.
we will.
Yeah. So that is the next system we are going to finish building out once we have this. So we originally built the first version of this loyalty and reward system for home contractors, in particular carpet cleaners. So we had that system built out, and then we built onto it, and then we added more stuff for restaurants and promotions and stuff like that. While that system for home contractors, which would work really well for pressure washer, like any kind of like repeat business type home contractors as well, as long as referrals. So we'll touch on that, and we'll build some of that stuff directly into the home contractor snapshot, because like it's evolved since we started this journey like almost 2 years ago now, year and a half for sure, what we started building out for it, because I love loyalty and rewards. Like I love earning points, and I love getting points and being able to redeem them for the things that I already want, right? So what we're doing is just going niche by niche right now. And I know because Chandel has a ton of experience, and we both have a ton of experience with hair salons, and then we already have a lot of like restaurant clients, and we'll be building out fitness, and then we'll also be building out home contractors as well. So I'm excited about that. It's gonna be really good.
Yeah, car washes. You know what? How simple. Like, here's the
Yeah.
thing. I really feel like um with the system that Jason's built, he's been building these snapshots out really in a couple of hours. And that was the whole thing. Like when he built it out, all the pieces are there. Um, I'm just gonna stop sharing my screen. It's really bright in my eyes. Yeah, I think car washes would be great. So how would you set that up, Jay? Just really quick inside of the system. You don't need to show us, but what would you set up for car washes? It could easily be, a monthly membership. I know memberships work
Yeah.
really well for car washes. Um, you get X amount. How would you work it? That's putting you on the spot, but I'd like to know
Yeah,
what you
no, so I think it depends on which type of car wash it is, because I mean you've got the big fancy automated ones that are out there now, where you just drive through and you're done. But then there's also a bunch of different car washes too, where you actually just go in and you wash your own car and do that kind of thing. So you could have it set up so that you could just do a check-in system. So if you go in to wash your car, you walk into the office, punch in your phone number, and you can get either a stamp or points for washing your car that day, which could go towards your, a free car wash or whatever it is, or free retail or product or whatever. Because a lot of the time those car washes, especially the ones where you walk in and wash your own car, where they have multiple bays, not the ones that are the coin operated ones, because I think that would be more difficult to do, other than if we had like a QR code and then you could get points for washing your car. At that time, it's a little bit more easier, I guess, if you have some kind of human interaction in there. But you could do a membership as well, which Anthony pointed out here. And one of the systems that we're building out, we talked with somebody about this, is having different loyalty with the promotions manager as well, having a monthly membership type things that somebody could subscribe to, and then they get and we've talked about this with restaurants and hair salons, but it could be you get 3 car washes a week, or you get unlimited. I've seen people set up membership systems for car washes where people are paying $20 a month and they get unlimited car washes throughout the month. And then they can just go through, and then they have like 4 or 5,000 people subscribed to that $20 a month package where they can get unlimited car washes. So that's really neat. I don't know how that ties in directly with our thing, but I just like the idea of having a membership system for car washes so that those people could go in and just get as many car washes as they want. Now, with the loyalty and reward system, you could absolutely do a punch card and have people just check in every time they go to the car wash, or scan a QR code and earn points, earn a stamp. You could also give them points that they could redeem for other products or services or anything like that. And then as far as the promotions manager goes, I don't know exactly what we would send out as promotions. Half off getting your car wash. I don't know what it is, but what kind of info I don't. And here's the thing, I guess I just don't know as much about the car wash industry as I possibly could. But you might be able to do some stuff where you get extra benefits or something like that on a weekly basis. If there's a slow day where the car wash is a little bit slower and they want to get more people in during the day, they could do that, or even send out a message saying, hey, if you come wash your car between time and time, when they don't have certain times where they don't have enough people coming through, where it's not very busy, maybe they want to offer a promotion like a car wash happy hour. Come through come
Yeah.
through for car wash happy hour, and save 20% on your next car wash, kind of thing. Yeah, a bunch of different options for that as well. I know there is. I have to look up his name, but I was chatting with him and he works primarily with car washes. He has a few of our systems like review and referral system. I'm not sure if he's using loyalty and rewards, but there was a number of things that he was using to work directly with car washes.
It's such a simple business, car washes.
Car
And I
washes are
think
great.
memberships work really well, I've heard, with car washes because you've got hundreds of people paying you whatever it is, $30 a month. The majority of them, it's a lot like gyms where cheap gym memberships, those gyms make money off people that don't show up, right?
Right.
The space is there, the bays are there, it's not much staff, the equipment's there, and you just have hundreds of people paying you 25, $30 a month, whatever. Um, and they can come in however much they want, So if there was a way to structure that inside of high level, that would be perfect.
It really
You
all
could
depends on how
collect,
you can tie in with
yeah,
their POS system in order to do it.
yeah. I would think you'd want to maybe if you wanted to collect a list to remarket to people, maybe you could align yourself with another business and do like a cross promotion type thing,
Mhm.
like enter to win a free oil change or I don't know.
Yeah, we got
Um,
we got gyms of all different prices
mhm.
where we are from. I just saw an ad the other day for $14 a month.
Yeah,
Some of them are $10
unlimited.
a month, and then there's still a number of them out there that are $50 to $100, $150 a month,
Yeah,
depending
the
on
lower,
depending on
yeah.
what you're doing or and how exclusive you want to be.
The lower the price, the longer people stay, whether they're using it or not, right? The
Yeah.
higher the price, if they're not using it, then they're going to cancel. But if this could be a whole other call, pricing. But yeah, memberships that are like under $30, most people, they're like, oh, I just need to get my ass to the gym more, right? Like
Yeah.
they're not going to cancel it. They're just going to keep paying for it and wish that they showed up more. Yeah. Any other questions, guys, before we jump off?
I
I
think
will send an
there's a
email
lot of
out.
information in there. You had in your slides there. So providing those slides again,
Yeah.
or even into a doc with those questions and kind of laying out a plan of how to go to talks with someone like the whole idea of going in, talking to them, doing your research ahead of time, which I think what most of your call was your slides were about, was doing your research, right? Learning more about the business and getting those situation questions under control before you go in and ask them, are you guys posting on social media? Do you guys have a website? Those kind of things. Figuring out some of those questions so you know more about the business and you show that you're educated about their specific business before you walk in. I can tell you, like, I've jumped on calls with people before who reach out to me and are like, hey, let's chat about this. I'm like, that sounds interesting. Okay, let's talk. And then they jump on and they're like, well, tell me about your business. Like, what kind of stuff do you guys do? And it's like,
Why didn't you
yeah,
look? Like
yeah,
you're
you could have just looked, right?
It's just such a
Before-
waste. It's a waste of time as a business owner to tell somebody something that they could very easily find out.
But also, from your point of view as a salesperson, as the person going in to make those sales, um, as a person going in to make those sales, you're not there's no benefit to the customer that you're talking to by asking them just simple questions that you should know the answer to, or you should be able to find the answer to really simply. If there's a lot of them, I mean, if there's a few, one or two, that's fine, whatever. But if the majority of your questions you're going to go and ask them are just going to be those things, then it's a little bit, you could use your time wiser. Right. And
Well,
then
and I
that's where
think
you
like,
get into
yeah,
you can get more into the problem questions where, like, what kind of problems are they having? And then you can get into the implication questions where you're saying, like, hey, what are the implications of not having this figured out? Right. And
yeah.
then you can go into the needs payoff, like, what if this is figured out, what's that going to do for your business? Or if this isn't figured out, what's that going to do for your business? I guess that's more of the implication questions. But then you can go into more of your solutions for how to actually help them.
Yeah, I think the quality of questions also will set you up as more of an authority and somebody that they'll respect a lot
Mhm.
more if you come in knowing more, right? Like if you
Right.
come in more prepared, it's gonna set the tone for that
In
better,
the
right?
in the doc that Chandel's going to send out, it'll have links to those questions and everything in there as well too. So Jeffrey was just
Yeah.
asking, where is the cold call script located? Um, yeah, I'll make sure that Chandel has that in there. So what was I going to say? You said the quality of your questions, yeah, and you're totally right. Go in, chat with them, show them what you've got, and you don't have to sell them on the thing right there. And I guess it depends on it depends on what you're selling at the time. If you're going in with one product and service in mind, and you're going to go in and I'm going to sell them on loyalty and rewards, and here's what we're going to talk about, then that's different than going and saying, hey, I'm going to help you with your marketing plan and marketing your business, right? Giving you access to these tools and stuff that we have so that we can set you up. So there's one where you're going to want to do a proposal, more like Samantha was talking about the other day, where she's helping her with a number of different things. And here's a setup for this, and here's a setup for this, and here's this, and here's what it's going to cost, versus being like, we're helping you with reviews. You know what I mean? So if you're going in with one product in mind, like I've done a lot of times with our SMS, like rewards and promotion system, going in with that one thing in mind, then it doesn't hurt to show them a demo, show them how that works, tell them the pricing about that there, leave them with documentation. And then they, at that point, doing a little pitch saying, hey, this is what we got. This is what let's show you. We'll walk through a demo, do that kind of thing. And then leave them with it. They might sign up right there, but then they also might be like, okay, that's really cool. I'm going to show this to a couple other people. And that's where you can go back and you can follow up and, hey, I'll chat with you again in a couple days. Here's the links to the demos. Here's how you can show it to your staff or like other people on your team. Because lots of times with restaurants and pubs and breweries, they don't just have one owner. They might have a manager who's there who can make the decisions, but then there's also the ownership. And sometimes those managers, while they can make decisions, they also have to go tell the owners about what they want to do, just so they can get the budget for doing it. But also it depends on their situation, because I run into managers where they have the budget, they have control, they know what their marketing dollars are, how much they can spend, and then they can go and put that into action. Other places are they have someone who's kind of the face of their marketing, but they still need to run everything past the owner to get approval from it. So it all depends. And all the businesses are different. So trying to get in front of the decision maker is a really good way to go. But
I would say
that's my
asking
little
them.
rant.
That's
Not a
probably
rant.
something I should update on my slides there too, though, is that that's an initial question. We want to know who we're dealing with, right? Are you the decision maker in this business? Or do you have a business partner that you're like, do you need to consult with them before you make this decision? That's an initial question that we really want to get out because the way that you're going to follow up is different. The way you're going to end a call is different. You're going to want to make sure you leave something behind so that it's not just telephone game. Because when that happens, then they take the importance of what you've told them or what you've tried to sell them, and they diminish that when they're passing that on to the owner, really, a lot of times. So then the owner is kind of like, well, we don't need that. You know what I mean? We've found that before. So yeah, leaving things behind is pretty powerful when you are dealing with a manager that needs to now go and talk to the owner. What's going on over there, Jason?
Oh, just sending a message back to somebody who asked a question. Yeah, got distracted for a second. Yeah,
Squirrel.
it was all good. Yeah, okay, cool. Well, I don't know what else we have to chat about today.
Nope, that's it for today. That's
Okay,
lots of
cool.
information.
I think that, yeah, that's a lot of information. That's really good. And um yeah, we'll get that in the doc, and then we'll just make things as easy as possible here. I'm really liking what we're doing here with the calls. I'm having fun chatting with everybody. So if you guys are around for the tech call tomorrow, we'll be doing technical questions and answers tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And then our last call for this series is going to be on Friday. So I hope to see you guys there.
Oh, there's
Nathan said that
one more
input.
question.
I'm implementing contents into my system to increase customer engagement, emphasizing to the business owner that their customers are on their phones a lot when they are dining in, and therefore getting them to participate in contests, etc., boosts their customer engagement instantly. I think that's a great idea. And you know what? I was thinking about that this morning, because on our list of things that I want to get done too is like a spin the wheel and a scratch thing. And I would love to chat more about different types of contests that we can put together inside the system to boost customer engagement while they're on their phone. Just keep you top of mind, right? Hey, I used to love one of the loyalty systems that I was signed up to. They would run promotions, and then they would have people, it was like, here's a scratch and win. Once a week we're going to send out a scratch and win, and then you might earn points, you might earn something else, some kind of prize,
Yeah.
whatever it is. I think it'd be great. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and then polls. Polls is a great idea as well. So we can send people over to different polls, ask them different questions, get feedback, all that kind of thing. Polls, scratch and wins, spin the wheel. So many different ideas. And I'd love to have a chat more specifically about different types of contests that we can run for promotions.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that down. Okay, I'm gonna jump
Very cool.
off.
All right.
My
Okay, well, I
body
appreciate
won't
you
doesn't want to sit
guys.
here anymore.
Appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a very productive Wednesday. Get out there, get some stuff done, make some calls, set some appointments, and let us know how things are going. So other than that, we'll see you guys either tomorrow or on Friday for the last call in this 21-day challenge. All right. Again, appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your day.
Bye, guys.
Bye.